What is it like to be an advanced English learner? The reality of it is quite a bit different from what I imagined when I started studying English. Today, I just want to talk to you and be honest about my language learning experience. Hey, my fellow English learner! I'll start with the idea I hear a lot, that when you become fluent in English, you just magically stop making mistakes and never get stuck when speaking. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but your mistakes are never gonna go away completely. That doesn't make me or you a lousy English speaker. That makes us human. We make mistakes and struggle with speaking in our native tongues all the time. Or is it just me? So why should English be any different? Of course, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't work on your accuracy, but you don't need to feel embarrassed or guilty about your mistakes. Even advanced learners make them. There is another thing I do that I'm not embarrassed about, and it's asking for help when I need it. After graduating from school, I spent years working on my English exclusively through self-study. I wanted to learn English on my own. And I did. But even as an advanced learner, you still might need help with some areas. Feedback from a professional can be so beneficial for your English. That's why I had speaking lessons, pronunciation lessons, and IELTS writing lessons. I still study by myself a lot. That's why over the years I've collected a lot of links to useful tools, dictionaries, and learning materials. As an advanced learner, you'll come across many different resources and tools, and with time, you'll become much more efficient at finding what works best for you. Not only that, but I also find what works best for you in terms of learning strategies and methods. It doesn't mean that you'll never need to change them. Don't be afraid to experiment with different methods and adjust them if needed. I do all the time. Another thing I want to talk about is that if a person reaches a high level in a language, it means that they've done something right. However, as an advanced learner, I stopped comparing my language journey with that of other people. You don't know everything, what's going on behind the scenes in other people's lives, and you don't know how much free time they have. So learn from people's successes, but stop comparing yourself with them. Not comparing yourself with other people includes native speakers. I don't care about speaking like a native or sounding like a native anymore. Once upon a time, I was almost obsessed with this idea. My priorities are different now. I can spend hundreds of hours perfecting my pronunciation and intonation to be close to sounding like a native speaker. But I don't want to do that. I admire people who've done that. It's just not something for me anymore. I've accepted that I don't need to be perfect to be considered good at learning or teaching English. I almost didn't start this channel because I felt insecure about my accent. I thought that if I wanted to share my love for English with other people, I had to sound exactly like a native English speaker, which is ridiculous. And you know, ironically, my pronunciation and intonation have improved because I create videos. It's up to you to decide what your priorities are, but I don't want you to feel bad because you compare yourself with the people who have spoken English all their lives. Now let's turn to another subject. I have good news for you. Learning vocabulary and grammar gets easier as you become more and more proficient in a language. Usually, nowadays, I'm not even trying to memorize any new words and expressions It just happens. And grammar makes so much sense now after years and years of reading and listening to things in English. And I actually started enjoying studying grammar. English is a huge part of my life now, and even my personality. Becoming proficient in English gave me the greatest gift I could ask for: confidence. It's really important for a person to have something they're good at and that they enjoy. Keep putting time and effort into learning English and you'll get there. Becoming proficient in English, becoming an advanced English speaker doesn't mean that you can stop learning now or that you'll never make mistakes again. But it does mean that now you're really confident in your language abilities and your ability to communicate. If you're interested in my methods of self-study, check out these two videos next. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time with more awesome language content!